Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chariot series, myself Critical Rocket, and here we are with the first of 3 Timberwolf or Mad Cat builds, starting off with the B. This is a build that could have been introduced originally when the clans were added to MechWarrior Online, but I can see why now it wasn't. The Bravo variant is, let's say, a bit too far-reaching in its initial build. As you can see, it comes with a large pulse, a small pulse, an LRM-10, an SRM-4, and a Gauss rifle. It's basically trying to do everything at once, and that is pretty much the write-up for this configuration. A workhorse would be a term used to describe it, and you know, it's one of those things on the tabletop. It works fine, perfectly good, simple, easy to use. You've got a weapon for all ranges, however many hexes the enemy are, you can probably reach out and touch them. But in MechWarrior Online, it's a lot of different weapon groups, and not enough solid DPS for your buck, basically. You're looking at a very, very tough to nail down sort of playstyle for this thing. It definitely suffers because one of the problems is, again, the difference between a live action game and obviously a turn-based tabletop game is that ammunition is a problem. Because the Gauss rifle is so heavy, and you also have other large weaponry like the large pulse on there alongside an LRM, there just isn't enough spare room for ammunition, so you have very limited ammunition for all of the weapons that require them. And as such, your Gauss rifle, your biggest punch, arguably, is definitely one of those things that you have to make sure every shot counts, because missing one is painful, and with my aim, that is a problem. A single LRM-10 is in the same area for most people as having the LRM-10 on the Warhawk. On the Warhawk Prime, it just isn't worth it, because the amount of damage it's going to do is so negligible, especially today with all the AMS that's knocking about. It struggles. The SRM-4 is fine when it's paired with the lasers, but that's about it. It's just a well-armoured, relatively fast, for its tonnage, all-rounder, but it doesn't really excel in any one role. So I couldn't really recommend the B, and I can understand why it was never included in the original lineup of Timberwolf variants when they were brought into MechWarrior Online. It makes perfect sense. Some variants you can just see why they wouldn't work in the game. So yeah, that makes sense. It's fine. I wouldn't really recommend trying this one out either, to be honest. It is a bit of a like fingers and thumbs type thing, trying to set up the best kind of weapon groups setup you can have. But I think I pulled off an okay amount of damage in this thing, considering how subpar it is, especially for a mech like the Timberwolf, which is, in MechWarrior Online and in Battletech in general, is just one of the best, most solid, all-round great battle mechs, or omni-mechs that was ever created for the universe. It's a solid machine. It basically is a demonstration of all of the things that you could create with the clans, essentially being able to make a ridiculous machine that could not only have great resilience on the field, but it could bring so much weaponry, and it could do so much damage. I think like an Alpha Strike, if every single thing hit from a Timberwolf Prime, of course you'd shut down from overheat, but I think it did something crazy, like 80 or 90 point alpha, for instance, and in this magical setup where every single weapon would hit. It's an insane amount of damage for a 75 tonner, and yeah, it put any Innisphere assault mech to shame at the time. So yeah, it's definitely one of the best mechs out there, and this build in MechWarrior Online doesn't do it justice at all. So yeah, there are other great builds out there, and customizing the Timberwolf is a very, very enjoyable experience because it's just so versatile. I would be surprised if there's anyone watching who hasn't tried out a Timberwolf yet, because it is a damn good mech, and there is no denying that. It is definitely a very, very fun mech, very powerful. So yeah, aside from that, there's not much else to say. Basically, stay away from the Bravo variant. I mean, unless you really want to try out as many different kind of configurations you can build for this thing officially. But outside of that, nah, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Yeah, not much else to say. I mean, this round's wrapping up now. You just got the little Pirate's Bane here, I think it is, the Locust charging around. Obviously doing Pirate Bane things, or at least doing light mech things at the end, which is just sprint around like a madfuck. Basically like a drone in Rainbow Six, trying to get the teammates to shoot each other while they're trying to shoot you. But they legging. The cowards! Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.